Coming into the KTIV newsroom moments ago, authorities in Knox County, Iowa say they've arrested 3 people in connection with a series of break-ins of homes and businesses. In a Facebook post just after 9:30 tonight, the Knox County Sheriff's Office say 3 people were arrested by the Santee Sioux Nation Tribal Police Department in connection with that investigation. 2 of them have been identified as Rolando James and Clifford Jost of Santee. Both are charged with burglary and booked into the Knox County Jail. A 3rd person also arrested, but on federal charges. That name has not been identified at this time. The Sheriff's Office says that investigation is continuing and more arrests are expected in this case.